And so, welcome back to our React Native course series. Okay, in the previous video, we had, something like this, and I had to remove some of the box so that we are starting with just this background color, which is a plum color, then a lighten center, justify center, so that the content will be aligned appropriately. Apart from that, the only thing we have here is a style sheet, which is this that we are using here, which is to add styles to our app. Then we have the view component, which is going to be which will wrap the content of our app. Apart from that, there's nothing new here that we have just added. So what we are going to be doing today, we are going to be working on something like this. Okay, we are going to be adding text and image, then we are going to be adding more like a box, a card, then add another text, just simply adding more components to our React Native app. I believe you are ready for this. Let's jump right into it and get started. Okay, so back here, the first thing I just want you to know is that we just imported style sheet and the view component. Okay, so the next thing I want to import, I just want to import the text component. Okay, so I'm importing text component from React Native. So to use that text, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add the text here, okay, inside my view component. So I'll create a space, then I'm just going to do text. Okay, it's supposed to self close, but let's just add another closing tag. Okay, then we add some content here. So what do I want to add? I just want to add just a simple learning React Native. All right, so as you can see, our text is going to rightly display here. So it looks very faint. So how do we style this text? How do we style it? We already added a style sheet here. As you can see, we declared a styles variable, then styles sheet.create, which is going to be the convention you follow when you want to add a custom style to your React Native project. So to add some styles here, then I'll go to this style part, then I come down here, I'm going to add. It depends on what you want to call that parameter. Here I just want to use let's say title, test title or title. Okay, then I'm going to add all right, so just like CSS, then it's going to a font width, just to make it bolder. Then I just want to add a font width of, let's say, okay, I'll make that bold. Then I'll add a font size. Succeeded in adding our first text component to our React Native application. So the next thing I want to do now, again, I just want to add another text so that you can understand cleanly, you can, understand why we add text this way, and another pattern of adding a text as well as styling your text in. Again, we have added a text and it is rightly displayed on the right, if you can see that clearly. So here, how again we can apply some styles to our text. Okay, what if I just want to add the styling, inline styling inside this GSX inside this GSX section without adding it here in the style sheet? So I can as well do that. So how do I go about that? How do I do that? So to do that, the first thing you want to do, you want to add an inline style. Here we could go ahead to say, open a curly brace. Before then, just do style. Then that's so inside our curly brace, let's do margin top to the new text we added, margin top, and I'll just give that a value of, let's say, 10 pixels. Then I'll just say margin bottom. Again, I'll give that let's say 50 pixels. Then I want my text color, which is designated as color, I want it to be white. Okay, what else? Then let's say I want the font width is going to be, let's say, bold. Awesome. So here, okay, I need to, all right, font width is going to be bold. So yeah, I believe this looks good. So this is another way. This is going to reload soon. This is another way for you to add styling inline styling inside your GXS. I believe you have an idea about React, because the same way you can add inline styling in React as well as HTML. Here we are using GSX instead of HTML. You can as well add styling inside of this your GXS section in this file. So we have an error. Why is that? Because in React Native, for you to add inline styling to your GXX, you need to do that using double curly braces. So I'm just going to add a second curly brace to these ones, because that is the same. So you are going to see that error will go away, and soon this is going to reload to give us the correct thing. As you can see, boom, is going to come. So you can see that the styling is going to apply right here. So to add a lifestyle, you have to use double curly brace, as you can see right here. So again, having done that, I want to show you something very basic and very important. How do you add an image here in your React Native application? So we want to add an image. So here we come here, and we are going to import the image component like this. So this is how you import image from React Native. So we have imported that component and we are going to use that component in our application. So here I'm just going to add a basic, there is an image um, I didn't add any custom image. We are going to use this image in favicon.png image. So here I'm go ahead to import that image. So I'll do import. The name is going to be favicon and we are importing from it's going to move one folder up because this is going to be inside the favicon, and favicon is inside React Native, inside asset, which is inside our project React Native lesson 2. So here I'll just do assets, that is going to be inside assets. Then we have the name of the file, which is going to be favicon.png, so which is going to be the name of our file. You can close with a semicolon. So we have imported this image, but it's not showing up. Why is that? Because we haven't actually added that image to our project. So how do we go about that? How do we add that image? So I want to add that image on top of this component. I'm going to add it to this first view component. So I'll create a space here inside this view container. How do you add an image in React Native? Okay, so what you do, you are going to do image, and we are going to, the image tag is a self-closing tag, so it's acceptable when you do it like this. It works that way. So in React, you discover that if you want to add an image, you are going to use source, src, but in React Native you have to spell it complete like SROUCE, which is source. That is how you add an image in React Native. So what is the name of the image we are adding? Whatever name we gave to it. Here we are importing favicon, so the name is going to be favicon. We imported favicon, sorry. Then the name is going to be favicon. If we do it this way, then let's see, we can it's going to reload shortly. But for this very image, I just did it as if the way I did my text here, using double curly brace. But for this very image, what I want to do is that I will go back here to my style sheet section, and I want to create a component. I want to add this image. I want to style particularly this image which I've just had added. How do I do that? I'm going to do whatever name I want to give to that parameter. Here I want to just use image, which is very descriptive. Then I want to style that. So to do that, I'll open curly braces. So I'll say I just want to add a width of, let's say, 100 pixels. Then I want to add a height of, let's say, a height of 100 pixels. Then a margin bottom. I want to add a margin bottom of I want to add a margin bottom of 20, let's say 20 pixels. Okay, so I just added all of this styling to specifically my image. Okay, so after adding all of this, here I need to, right, so after doing this, then I have to come here again. Since we just have a separate style for our images, then we don't need to do this anymore. So we are going to do style equals styles dot whatever we called it earlier, which is going to be image img. Okay, so did that work? Awesome. So you can see that that is going to add this little favicon image to our project. Okay, so that is basically how you add an image to your React Native project. Okay, so let's make progress. Let's continue. So the next thing we want to add now, I just want to add a card under this text which I added below here. So again, what I need to do, I want to create a second view component. So outside of this first view, I want to create a second view component. So to do that, so this is what we are going to be doing next. These two cards, we are going to add them to this project. So let's get started with that. So here I'm going to add a view component. Okay, just like that. Then I'll have a closing view. All right, so I will just go ahead to copy this, then duplicate it. Because okay, so in this first view, I just want to add a text component to this view. So again, I'll do text. Okay, so what I want to add there is just simply hello, this is a card. Okay, so that is what I want to add there. Then I can go ahead to add a custom styling to that card which we just created. So I'll move down here, I'll add a comma here. Then I just want to call that card. All right, so let's add some custom styling. So I'll have background color. Okay, color spec that way. I just want to give it white, right? So background color is going to be white. Then I'll have a padding give a padding of 10, maybe 10 pixels. Then I'll just have a border radius. Again, I'll give it 10 pixels. Then I'll have a box shadow just to add some aesthetics to that. For this box shadow, I'll give it some, let's say 0 for 0, then 2 pixels. That's going to be the edges. Then I'm going to add 5 pixels. Then I'll add RGB, and for that it's going to be 0 close to almost dark. Then lastly 0.1. Okay, so these are going to be the custom styling for our card. For the first card is going to be this styling. So again, like I've already shown you how you are going to add that card you are going to add it here. So to do that, to make it to reflect in the GXS code, to do that, so like we have been doing before now, what you need to do, you just say style equal, then open a curly brace, styles dot the name you use in the custom CSS. So this, in this case, is going to be styles dot card. So if that works correctly, then it's going to display what we have. So as we wait for it, let's work on the second one. For the second card, okay, I think we are supposed to add, okay, let's see. For the second one, is going to also be a card, and for that card I just want to add a text. So I'm going to add a text. Okay, so the text is going to be just a simple getting started. It's going to be getting started. Then for this test, I want to style the same way. So here, add some custom CSS styling to that. So here, I just want to call this one light blue card. Okay, I just want to give it a unique name, light blue card. So I'll add a colon, then open a curly brace. Then I just want to do background color. And what's that? A background color. I have a specific color which I want to use, which I'll add here, and that is going to be okay. So I'll just add, Okay, before we check it out, what we have for every card I have, I want to create a custom styling for the card text. So I'm just going to add the card text, then so as you can see right here, the first card is going to display, which has a white background and a dark text inside. So for the second one, we have added the styling for the custom CSS. Then we need to call it right here, this getting started. So in the view component, we go ahead to do style equal styles dot the name is going to the light blue card. Okay, so soonest is going to show up there. So again, we added styles to the text, so I'll call that right here. So again, style equals styles.card text. Okay, so I believe that is going to work for that. So I'll have to refresh. Sometimes it gets stuck. Okay, so after we add that, I think everything is almost good now. So here is going to be styles dot card text. Okay, so awesome. So it's going to come up with this beautiful UI, so I believe you have learned something from this video, right? We've shown you how to add the image component using import it from React Native, then how to add that image here, using the source, and then using styles.image. So we've shown you how you can add text as well as this card. I hope this video helped. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.